Yesterday, I brought you a story that Sammy McBo reported to us that Manchester United are ready to hijack Declan Rice from Arsenal, as Arsenal has been working on this deal for the last 4-5 months, as David Austin announced to us that Arsenal have made Declan Rice their priority summer transfer signing in January. This time around, Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead and confirmed to us that Arsenal's final plans of really getting the deal of Declan Rice out of the way are really on, and I'm going to go ahead and reveal to you what Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to let us know about the deal of Declan Rice to Arsenal, something that is going to really calm down the hearts of Arsenal fans, because the previous 2 days stories have been coming out, especially concerning Mason Mount and Declan Rice, not all rosy, as these two players have been linked to Manchester United, and stories coming in from other sources have been really giving United a go to go on and really sign on these players. But Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead specifically and confirmed to us that Arsenal aren't willing to lose Declan Rice. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. It's the Arsenal transfer news show that we are going to discuss only transfer news. Guys, have you known that Tavares is wanted by West Ham? Could that be a transfer boost of Declan Rice to Arsenal? You know, because Arsenal has what West Ham wants, and vice versa. You understand that very well. And there is a 17-year-old Brazilian known as Pedrinho. Looks like he's heading to Arsenal. 17 years of age, wonder kid, and you are going to love what this boy is all about. So, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. This is Rock and David, and let's get into these stories. Now, this story is really energy giving to Arsenal fans that are really watching this channel, and the United fans are really going to really feel goosebummed. Is it goosebummed? No, they're not going to feel goosebummed. They're going to feel lost, and obviously gassed out after hearing this story confirmed to us by Fabrizio Romano. What did Fabrizio Romano first say in the morning? He said that I still feel Arsenal are the favorites to sign Declan Rice because they've been working on that deal. It was January when they discussed it internally. They've always had Rice on top of their list. I'm sure Arsenal will make a bid in the next weeks. Then, later in the evening, Fabrizio told us the following: that Arsenal have not changed their plans for Declan Rice as a top target. Opening bid to be submitted in June, waiting for West Ham to clarify final price tag. Nothing is agreed or done. The rest remains open. Other clubs are also interested, so timing will be crucial. Now, the timing of the Declan Rice deal is going to be crucial, and we understand why. Because Manchester United, that is into this deal, cannot get this deal out of the way in the first 2 weeks of June. Yet Arsenal are having a plan to get this deal out of the way in the first 2 weeks of June. After West Ham play the finale of the UEFA Conference League, Arsenal want to put their bid in the next 3 days as the week starts. Remember, West Ham is going to be playing, is it on Thursday? And they're going to find themselves in a position of really getting a bid from Arsenal of Declan Rice after they play that finale. So, as Fabrizio told us, that timing is going to be really so much crucial, and obviously Arsenal are really willing to work their things on time. And to me, I believe it's going to be hard for Arsenal to lose Declan Rice to Manchester United, because Man United is the English team that is really serious on signing Declan Rice. Bayern Munich is another one outside the English Premier League, but I think Declan Rice cannot leave England to go to Bayern Munich. He can't. He knows in London there is a club known as Arsenal that really loves him, and he is going to be a starter. When he goes to Bayern Munich, even his starting chances are going to be really minimal, as there is Joshua Kimmich, there is Goretzka and Musiala in the midfield three of Bayern Munich, and they are looked as the German boys that don't really go onto the bench. That's why you used to eat that the likes of Gravenberch want to get out of Bayern Munich. So it looks like this battle is between Manchester United and Arsenal. But according to Manchester United and their takeover situation, we expected the announcement of the preferred bidder to be announced today. But it's now midnight, nothing has been announced, meaning that there is nothing we're going to expect to be announced as far as the takeover of Manchester United is concerned. The Glazers are willing to take one more week and announce the preferred bidders after the final of the FA Cup. That is it. So, as it stands, Arsenal are the only team that can sign Declan Rice. Why? They can negotiate a deal with Declan Rice, they can talk to West Ham, and everything can be agreed in like a week and get the player out of the way. That's why Fabrizio is telling us that Arsenal have not changed their plans for Declan Rice as top target. Opening bid to be submitted in June, waiting for West Ham to clarify the final price. That is it. So, looks like Arsenal's gone ahead to agree everything with Declan Rice, and they've gone ahead to talk to his entourage and agents. He has given a yes to the proposal of Arsenal, and I brought you a story that Declan Rice was inquiring about the environment at Arsenal, and he was talking to Jack Wilshere. Remember Jack Wilshere? When he left Arsenal, he went in and played some football at West Ham, where he really played with Declan Rice, and they're really good friends, and he know themselves better. And he was asking him about the situation of Arsenal and how things are really happening in at Arsenal. And I think Declan Rice has another huge factor, that is in London. He doesn't want to leave London, and Arsenal is a London club. So I think Arsenal's plans of really landing the Declan Rice signing are clear. They want to make a bid no sooner West Ham finishes the UEFA Conference League final on 7th of June. And remember, Manchester United, a team that is really trying to hijack this deal of Declan Rice, is having a problem of the takeover. They cannot sanction deals of huge money like this. The only amount of money available at Manchester United is £100 million. Ten Hag wants to use that money to sign a number 9 who is world class. And the other boost that you can really see on the Arsenal side, you know as well, as support Manchester United, Declan Rice can easily start into the central defense midfield of Arsenal, displacing Jorginho and Thomas Partey. That's it. But at Manchester United, it's very hard for him to displace Casemiro. That's it. So, I think if at all you are Declan Rice and you weigh the two sides, Manchester United and Arsenal, where am I going to get enough playing time and obviously get improved by the manager? I think it's going to be Arsenal, where Declan Rice will be playing game in, game out, because there is a lot of reinforcement required into that midfield of Arsenal, as Xhaka is expected to go to Bayer Leverkusen, and on Sunday is expected to say his goodbyes to the fans of Arsenal. Now, another story coming in from John Cross, chief football writer of the Football Writers Association, has confirmed to us that Declan Rice is ready to make it clear that his preference is to join Arsenal this summer. The West Ham captain is Arsenal's #1 priority, and the Gunners remain keen on Moise Caicedo, reports. So, Declan Rice looks like he's sold on to a transfer to Arsenal. And I don't see him come to Manchester United, because United are poor at negotiating these deals. We all know that. United, it can take United 2 months to negotiate a deal of Declan Rice. Arsenal has shown us that they've already been working with the deal of Declan Rice from January, meaning that 90% of the work is done, and what is left is to talk to West Ham, because West Ham know they're not going to keep Declan Rice, and they have to find themselves in a position of telling Arsenal the amount of money they desire to get this player in. But as his preference is to join Arsenal, even Arsenal is also eyeing Moise Caicedo. We understand why Arsenal is eyeing Moise Caicedo. Xhaka wants out. If they wanted 2 midfielders when Xhaka was still here, when he leaves, that means Arsenal might go in for 3. So, Moise Caicedo, Declan Rice, and maybe Mason Mount are the 3 midfielders that Mikel Arteta is looking at to deliver at Arsenal, to really explode his squad with quality to go on and really compete with City next season, game in, game out, trophy in, trophy out, as he wants to really win a trophy next season. I've been reading at a certain tweet that really excited me, that Arsenal are no longer looking at qualifying for the Champions League next season. Next season, their aim is to win trophies. Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and the Premier League. And if at all that's their aim, that's why they are going to go big in the summer. And I'm going to bring a story of what Mikel Arteta and Edu have gone ahead to say about their summer transfer plans. With Mikel Arteta telling us that he's going to attack the transfer window hard like never before. So, Arsenal fans, you have every reason to relax and float. It looks like Declan Rice has made his choice. He wants to come in and play for Arsenal. Now, another story coming in from Record Portugal is really also a positive story for Arsenal, because they need to get in more money from sales amidst Kroenke, the owner of Arsenal, willing to spend £250 million minus sales. If Arsenal can add on the money from sales, I think they can even get £400 million to spend. Now, Record Portugal has confirmed to us that West Ham have shown interest in signing Nuno Tavares from Arsenal this summer. Now, if Arsenal want Declan Rice and West Ham want Nuno Tavares, sorry about that, that obviously makes the deal a little bit easier for Arsenal to really get this out of their way. Why? Arsenal value Nuno Tavares at £30 million. What does that mean? It means Arsenal can only pay £70 million because that's the price that West Ham really values Declan Rice, and then they offer, or they use Nuno Tavares as a make weight. Arsenal have always not wanted to sell Nuno Tavares, and Arteta expected a lot of Nuno Tavares, but the reason as to why Arsenal have now made up their decision maybe to sell Nuno Tavares is simple. He is an indisciplined player. Sources reported earlier this year that by the time he left Arsenal to go to Marseille, he had certain disciplinary issues and codes of Mikel Arteta that he failed to fulfill at Arsenal. A month back, while at Marseille, he was suspended for I think a week or two from training after breaching the disciplinary code of Marseille. One will say that he's still young, but you can't entertain such an indisciplined player at your club. So Arsenal are willing to sell the player. That's it. They are willing to sell the player. Why? They're having Zinchenko. They're going to sell Kientieni. Jakub Kivio is another one that can play as a left back for Arsenal. And if at all they sell Nuno Tavares and Kientieni, they might bring in, they have to go ahead and really bring in a left back of good quality. And as I told you in a story I did about Jordi Alba, with Arsenal fighting hard to get in experienced players at their team, they might find themselves really signing Jordi Alba on a free because he's a free agent, and with the experience he brings to the team of Arsenal, Arteta might try to go on and really bring him in because the player has won everything. He's a natural born winner and he's really talented, you know? Really talented. He can do exactly what Zinchenko does, and he can give you more going forward than Zinchenko. So Arteta might find that as a deal to see to it that he gets Nuno Tavares, Kientieni out of the way, and those two can even collect close to £70 million for Arsenal. If Arsenal can get £70 million from those left backs and get in Jordi Alba on a free from Barcelona, that will be a very huge statement put out by Arsenal, because it will be adding more money, savings, and obviously more quality to the squad. That is it about Nuno Tavares. West Ham are really interested in the player because David Moyes believes he has good qualities to come in and really play at West Ham. I really like Nuno Tavares, but I think he needs to find himself in a position of really sitting down, knock down his ego, because he's hugely talented, tailor-made for the Premier League because of his physicality, talented, energetic. He's good defensively and going forward, though sometimes he has a poor game reading that exposes his team. I remember at Arsenal, he costed them like 3-4 games. One of Liverpool, Everton, and Manchester United at Old Trafford. So that is Tavares for you, but he's really a good player that has shown us the potential of going to the next level. Now, after that, let's go to the last story of Arsenal going in for a 17-year-old Brazilian winger known as Pedrinho. The reporter is known as Ten Neto, who is a reporter coming in from Brazil. He has close to 4 million followers on Twitter, has confirmed to us that Arsenal set to sign 17-year-old Corinthians winger Pedrinho. With Arsenal's strong contacts in Brazil through director Edu, this deal seems likely to happen. He'll join an ever-growing list of Brazilians playing for the club. Talk about Corinthians. What do you know about Corinthians? It's where Edu first practiced his duty as a technical director or a sporting director of a club. So that means he has good connections there, and I think they told him that there is a winger who is really great, and that is the photo of Pedrinho. Pedrinho is 17 years of age. He plays as a left and right winger. He's right-footed, but even his left foot really works well. He is really swift, you know. He's lightning quick. In other words, that is Pedrinho. And when you hear Arsenal going in for Brazilian players, you'll understand why they go in for them. It's good business always for them, because they bring in these Brazilian players on a free, and they sell them and make profits. You know, if the deal fails to work out, I think Arsenal know that they can go ahead and really get in profits. Let me give you an example. Pablo Mari. They bought him in at £800,000. Now, they are getting in £6 million from Monza this summer. You know, that is a profit of £5.2 million. Now, look at Marquinhos. They brought him in last year. They paid £3 million. Having paid only £3 million for Marquinhos, if he fails to work out at Arsenal, they can sell him at like £30 million. That is Marquinhos for you. And Arsenal can make a profit of like £20 million profit from the player. Now, look at that 17-year-old Pedrinho. If at all they are to get him at like £5 million and bring him at Arsenal, he'll be in the reserve team. And you never know, he might be like a Martinelli or a Bukayo Saka who will break through to do the needful and obviously break through into the first team, because I've seen him. He's really talented. He's really talented, and maybe Arteta has gone ahead to be convinced with his skills. So guys, your thoughts onto the rise to Arsenal final plans revealed as Declan Rice has gone ahead to make Arsenal his preference to join this summer. What do you think about Tavares to West Ham? Do you think Arsenal should really sell him that side? And Pedrinho, do you think the 17-year-old is welcome at Arsenal? All that into the comment section. But thank you guys for watching it through. It has been the Arsenal Transfer Show. Rokani Media is the YouTube channel. Rokani Media Football and Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Ciao, ciao.